Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. And we're zooming in and focusing in on a great viewer question. And that was really the sort of woe and the sort of unhappiness that she feels having lost really what she feels a lot of time of her life, the prime of her life, being in a relationship with someone who did not respect her, did not love her, who is not giving her really what they had promised. In other words, they had begun to devalue and discard her and finding out a number of different things after she worked so hard and gave so much of herself in the relationship and feeling like she has lost a lot of time. And so this often happens also with those relationships with people who have been involved with those who are psychopathic, who have used them and really betrayed them in more profound levels, resulting in brainwashing, gaslighting, sort of distorted reality, and having them really having a sense of self-guilt, self-loathing, and fear. Just having a state of terror that how could this have happened to me, and feeling like that their life is ruined. They have made these grave mistakes, that they have eternal scars, or they've lost a lot of time. So one thing you have to realize is that relationships are blessings or they are lessons. So if you have been involved in a relationship where you have had spent decades of time with them, then create this as really understand that this is perhaps one of the most important lessons or life lessons that you have gone through. And what was it that you have learned? When I talk about the recovery journal, it is so important for you to understand your own lessons learned. In other words, what did this relationship teach you? What did it teach you? And why don't you just, in the privacy of this video, why don't you share that with yourself now? Because then you can admit it to yourself rather than it wasting more time ruminating about it, kicking yourself, beating yourself up over the fact that this person is who they were. So now, what you have is for you to give yourself a sense of mindfulness now about your life and live your life from a fresher perspective, a higher perspective, in an I am perspective, and kind of a state of fullness where your energy is no longer harmed by this individual or what they have caused, and to sort of compress time. And by compressing time, I mean take all that time out of your lifespan where you had spent, having your decisions altered or being controlled by them, living life less than on your terms, sacrificing yourself to give of them. What did you learn about yourself as a human? Did you realize that you're more human than you had been treated? In other words, you are a caring, loving, giving soul, and you have the ability to give like a bellows. Just you have the ability to keep giving and realize that amount of time is the dedication and commitment. So now you need to compress time and give it to yourself, and giving it to where it is deserved, not to only those who are needy. And to say, okay, I'm not going to go into those needy relationships. I'm not going to go into the Gestalt relationship topic or concept where I'm going to look for those people who are missing something and I'm going to be the missing piece. I'm now going to come through this as a whole individual, and I am not missing anything. I've gained one of the most valuable life lessons, and that is worth its weight in gold. What did I learn? I mean, if you have ever seen, a 10-carat diamond, that diamond took a lot of time and pressure to be created. So it's kind of like the diamond crystalline lesson of your soul. If you can really crystallize it and really become clear, super diamond, like diamond in the rough, now diamond, glowing clear about what that life lesson was, and own it like the value of the world's largest diamond. Just have that feeling of worth within you, and just hold on to it for a moment, like holding your hands on the rim of this 80 ton, not 80 ton, but 80 ton carat. Okay, let's go with that. If you can imagine holding on to the world's largest diamond that ever been excavated, let's say it's 80 tons. I mean, you couldn't even lift it, but you're feeling the energy and the glow and the energy where it's just filling your eyes, realizing that the eyes are the secrets of the soul, and your eyes now need to take in the lesson, and you need to see it for yourself, and then you need to feel it for yourself. Because once you're able to resonate and really see, because the eyes need to see it. It needs to be a state of vision for yourself, that lesson. You need to be able to see the lesson and feel it and know it, and then not procrastinate and not live in the denial from it, but hold on to it with the tremendous amount of wealth of universal knowledge, or that was compressed into that time that you are with that person. And now you've cultivated and discovered this lesson within yourself, and it's now the most valuable internal real estate that you have. And now you're walking away with that gem inside of you. What is that lesson learned, and how can you alchemize that to now help you create the best life that you can today? Not in another 3 years after you kick yourself, beat yourself up, drag yourself through the mud, and then, live life ashamed. To heck with that. No way, Jose. Kick that shame to the curb. Kick the self-regret. Own the fact that you are in the here and now, and you're proud and humbly. You have a proud intensity and a humbleness and a gratitude that you've arrived on your feet. Feel the feet, feel the ground underneath you, and really begin to feel and allow the energy of the earth to kind of come up and earth yourself. Go out, with your bare feet. Feel the earth, feel the vibration, feel the transmutation of the guilt and all the negativity leaving you, and then feel the power and the magnetism that all that energy has in compressed time, and then begin to live life immediately, and then everything that you had missed, pick up. Begin to do the things, meet the people, feel the things that you've wanted to do. Even if it's just beginning to explore wonderful videos, doing the things, going to the, theater, going to the concerts, watching the documentaries, things that you've always wanted to do to, fill yourself up. It needs to come through your eyes first. You need to be able to see the lessons, know the lessons, see it looking at you like in a mirror, like using mirror empathy with yourself right now, because the mirror neurons of empathy need to help solidify that lesson and solidify the value of that lesson. Because once you learned it, you're like, I am graduated, hallelujah, and you're singing hallelujah. And it's so funny because when you talk about divorce or things of that nature, they always say, why is divorce so expensive? And people always say, because it is worth it. Even if you had to do something like a divorce, which you say is not coherent with my personality. I am a committed person. This was just a failed commitment. It has nothing to do with my ability to commit or commit to myself. It doesn't mean that I'm flawed as a human being. It just means that I'm turning my commitment energy to where it is deserved, not what is needed. And I'm no longer looking for the higher, for the lower vibration people, so I can, fill them up and fixture up sort of, people. Because oftentimes, people who stay with the covert narcissist so long, they've lowered their standards. It's like saving a half drowning person. You're always trying to save them. You're always trying to fix them. You're always trying to, you're stuck in an enabling relationship, and, you're just not happy. You're in a struggling state. And so really begin to understand your lessons learned are alchemized through that amount of time. And if you look at something valuable like a diamond or a sapphire or an aquamarine, there's time, pressure, and all the different, chemicals in that geology, in the minerals that go to create that wonderful, glowing, magical piece of gem work, which is so valuable. Go cast your eyes. Go to a local museum where they have maybe diamonds on display, or a beautiful, artwork or sculptures, or what do you call those? The knight in shining armor, all those crafted, highly crafted, sterling outfits that they used to wear, and just go and take that in and realize you have now involved in self-protection. And now you need to take that self-protection, alchemize the lessons learned, realize how valuable it is to you, and that you can see it clearly now. But you need to be able to see it clearly. Oftentimes people want to exist in a hiding or a frail existence where they don't want to own it. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to see it. Even it says, I was afraid to take care of me. Maybe that was my lesson learned. Or, I was seduced by this and this. I was seduced by that. I was seduced by this illusion. I was seduced by that. Whatever it is, get up and pony up. Become the maverick that you are. Take the value that you've learned and consolidate time and begin to write down your I want list and plug them into your recovery journal. Begin to do it. Begin to do it now and take massive action. And you'll find that you didn't miss your life. Your life is not ruined. You're taking radical action, and then surround yourself with those people who are positive, supportive, and nurturing, and have been there and done that and are healed and are whole, so they can lift up your vibration and then help you to lift up your decision making so your choices and your solutions are where they should be, rather than feeling like you've wasted all this time or you've wasted your life. This person did not make you, you make you, and the lessons learned make you. It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.